So the New York City mayor that shut down a lot of private businesses in 2020 under his decree just got caught opening up a gym for his own personal use, and when questioned about it, this is what he had to say.
I got some exercise. I got no exercise whatsoever over the weekend. I was in this building a huge percentage of the time. I need exercise to be able to stay healthy and make decisions. I'm going to figure out some new way to do it going forward. I did not for a moment think there was anything problematic because I knew the dynamics. And again, I have to stay healthy so I can make the decisions for the people of this city.
The amazing logic of government. I need to open up a business for my own personal use so I can make a better decision closing down all of your other businesses. And of course, even the sign guy didn't believe him, as he's essentially denying people basic human health as he indulges in his own. That right there, along with, of course, this clip showing a Congress member, someone that is supposed to represent the best and brightest representation of the American people, literally taking off his mask to sneeze on the House floor. Yes, that clip, along with this clip of Rothschild banker and French President Emmanuel Macron, tell you everything you need to know about government. Yeah. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Okadowski of WeAreChange.org. A lot of important issues to get into. Not, of course, just Bitcoin, the latest Donald Trump drama and fears of upcoming violence, as well as a very surprising move by China that has recently ordered all of their soldiers to be prepared for war. So yeah, 2021 is definitely shaping up to be a very interesting year, as it already is filled with a lot of establishment hypocrisies that deserve to be called out. Especially, you know, how the Democrats for years were telling us that the presidential elections were illegitimate, and now they're shocked and mad that people actually believe them at this point. We also have seen, I would say, the full transition from protesters going after the ruling banking class to now protesting each other, which of course the ruling class, the banking elite, of course, support. Now, in related news, we just had moments ago the head of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, come out in a staunch statement attacking cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, calling it, quote, funny business and an asset used for criminal activities. She even went as far as to label cryptocurrencies in general as, quote, reprehensible and something that governments need to rein in and get control of. Now, this is pretty funny coming from Christine Lagarde, who previously was the head of the IMF and was found guilty of criminal charges with massive government corruption scandals. She's also a big member of the Bilderberg Group, and her herself is absolutely tone deaf to the criminal behavior of her past. So yeah, when it comes to criminals warning me about criminal behavior, you should give that a second look there, buddy. These people there aren't really that trustworthy, as we also recently found out from yet another article from CNN and other mainstream media outlets that were recently telling you that Bitcoin was dead, that it was entering the bear market. This is, by the way, the authoritative source in news promoted by YouTube in the algorithm, while, of course, videos like this are demoted. Yes, CNN was telling you that there was a bear market, which was just absolutely critically insane to even fathom. But yes, they actually put those words into text. And of course, after that article, Bitcoin bounced back up again, close to the all-time high numbers, which CNN was telling you wasn't going to happen. Now, if you remember, we've been talking about cryptocurrencies for over a decade on this independent media channel, and obviously a lot of people are using it and were early adopters from watching this channel as a store of value, since, of course, the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis literally came out and said that there, quote, is an infinite amount of cash in the Federal Reserve. And when you have central banks making statements like that, not having any accountability, not having any transparency when it comes to the US dollar, its money supply, and its overprinting, gee, I wonder why Bitcoin is going up and doing so well, as of course some criminal central bankers are trying to take it down. Wonder what's going on there. And hey, if you listened to our channel over a decade ago when we were talking about cryptocurrencies, and if you were one of those early adapters, you're very welcome, and we appreciate your support here on wearechange.org/donate. The link is down in the description below. There are many ways where you could help and contribute to this independent media organization, including ways through cryptocurrencies. We have our addresses up there, as well as our Venmo, Cash App, physical store, merchandise, affiliate programs, physical mail, ways to support us without even spending a dime, all up on wearechange.org/donate. Your support is imperative, and I can't thank you guys enough for it. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's fair to say that our political system is a little bit tumultuous in the United States, especially after the latest information we're getting from federal authorities that they are expecting violence during Joe Biden's inauguration. Airbnb has even canceled all reservations during the week of the inauguration, and we have chilling warnings from the FBI that all police chiefs across the United States should be, quote, on high alert for extremist activity because the events at the Capitol will be, quote, significant drivers of violence. This is all according to the FBI that has been warning very aggressively of violence to come. And it's also important to note that the FBI did get warnings and did know that, according to them, there would be war at the Capitol on January 6th before that event, and according to many sources, they didn't do anything because of that. Now they're raising the alarm bells. National Guard troops are forced to sleep inside of the U.S. Capitol. Barbed wire fencing is going up everywhere. The National Mall is designated to be closed. There are major roadblocks, and National Guard members are being vetted to make sure that they don't support Donald Trump as they are assigned to guard Congress. So yeah, if you like Donald Trump, you won't be able to guard Congress, or if you're a private individual, you might not be able to get insurance, as even professional sports ball player Red Sox Curt Schilling just announced that his insurance policy canceled him, all of course for this tweet in front of your screen right now, which of course the mainstream media says is sympathetic to the rioters. Now specifically the rioters on the right, not the rioters on their left, since of course there's a big difference amongst the two, and one of them gets institutional support and supported by one political party, while the other gets condemned by both political parties, which really should make you wonder what's going on. There's even a facetious meme going on right now by Socrates that says, quote, the riots I like are good, and the riots you like are bad. Now, of course, this is a fake satirical tweet, not actually attributed to Socrates, but it brings up a bigger point. Why can't we just be against violence? We here as an independent media organization always call it out, whether it's the left or the right, it doesn't matter. When we use violence in politics, everyone loses. It's that simple. It should always be criticized. But when one side riots, they have to pay the fullest price for that, as of course corporate political prosecution is cheered on in some instances, while other times it is contested. It all depends on the political beliefs that are pushed, the narratives, the agenda that is supported, that essentially always boils down to who gets more power. Principles, morals, virtues, the actual issues that don't matter anymore in politics. The only thing that does is power, and that's absolutely disgusting, and it's wielded to hurt the other side, no matter what the cost to our civil liberties and our freedoms. Corporations are also using this advantage to take out their competition, as we recently saw done with the evisceration of Parler, even though there's information showing how Facebook was the place where a lot of these right-wingers were coordinating, meeting, and planning their siege on the Capitol, which they were knowingly talking about. People act like this was some kind of surprise attack on the Capitol. There was literal plans for it on Facebook. People posted photos of entranceways. The FBI knew that this was happening, and yet again, the bigger truths here are obfuscated with more hyperbolic, sensational language that is not meant to get the truth here, that is not meant to heal or unify this country, but to set it up against each other even more, as exactly carried out by institutions like CNN that literally get promoted on YouTube, so you only see them when you look up news-related searches, and of course not independent media that provides you a perspective, a different perspective that's actually trying to calm things down and trying to prevent violence. Stop trying to push all this hyperpartisan political power-grabbing nonsense onto people. And if YouTube really wanted to do less harm reduction with their policy, they would make sure that institutions like CNN wouldn't be the punitive voices that everyone has to hear, since of course they're making the situation that much worse. Again, even the Washington Post admitted that Instagram and Facebook played a much larger role in the Capitol riots than of course Parler did, but Parler now is gone, most likely will never come back. And again, I'm saying all of these things not even as a Trump supporter. There are serious, legitimate concerns about Donald Trump that I have always addressed during his presidency. I have been critical of him, especially with the policies fomented by individuals like Jared Kushner that now are being accused of campaign donation misuse, as some individuals are even going as far as saying that the Trump campaign was scamming donors. Now, the exact extent of Jared Kushner's involvement as well as his businesses here deserves to be fully investigated. I hope it is, and I hope he faces the full ramifications of the law for any possible misappropriation of donations that looks like he might benefit from. Now, again, Trump's not doing himself any favors at all. Allegedly, there are more pardons coming out as well as executive orders and some declassifications, but with Donald Trump, I'll see it when I believe it. There's still individuals like Julian Assange behind bars because of his actions, and that is absolutely reprehensible in my book. And let's just say the upcoming days are going to be very interesting to see what moves he's going to be making from here. Now, with the upcoming inauguration and the total setup of this security state in Washington, D.C., some people are bringing up the possibility that there might be a potential false flag that might happen. Now, whether this is true or not true, it's important to note here that there are no witnesses. There is no evidence suggesting that this would happen, but that doesn't mean we still shouldn't be vigilant as much as we can during these key, important, critical times, since, of course, an event like that would work towards the advantage of the ever-encroaching police state that is evaporating and destroying free speech. Something to look out for, keep in mind, as of course we move forward in just more insane of a political dichotomy that's only going to get crazier from here. That's my analysis. That's my take. If you think I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form, let me know why down in the comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you sharing, watching, and getting this video out there to your friends, family members, random people down the street, random people who message you. If someone spams you and sends you a spam email, send them back this video. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. Love ya.